It's the moment millions of Algerians had been demanding. In a rare public appearance, a frail-looking Abdelaziz Bouteflika handed over his resignation letter to the head of the Constitutional Council, ending his 20-year rule as president of Algeria.
Forever.
News of the resignation turned weeks of protests into celebrations.
We won the battle, but we still have to win the war. There's still a lot of work to do.
Bouteflika has rarely been seen in public since he suffered a stroke in 2013. His plans to seek a fifth presidential term sparked a national outcry and appeared to turn many of his key allies against him. Protesters have welcomed Bouteflika's resignation, but say it's not enough.
We need to remove the previous regime. That will be the hardest thing. It's hard to do so peacefully, but I have trust that Algerian people can move to a country of institutions, not gangs.
There's growing demands for a complete overhaul of Algeria's political system, a call to push the inner circle out and replace it with a truly democratic government.
About what's going on in Algeria, Arab Spring is still alive, you know. We have the Bouteflika. He's been dead for a long time after his stroke 5 years ago, and the military establishment there that try to hide this, and he is incapable of performing his duty as the head of the state. He wants to extend his term, fifth term. He's been in power for 20 years. He's been in politics for almost 60 years. He was the resistance, part of the freedom, liberation of Algeria against the French, and then start almost like when I was 19 years old, and the work was Boumediene, and he was a ministry, a foreign ministry. He was United Nations representative, and he worked all. Now he was accused of corruption, kicked out, and came back when there was a civil war in the 90s, and there was slaughtering. Hundreds of thousands of people were slaughtered. Islamists and military declare a war, and war on terrorism to stay in power. Then Bouteflika came back, and the rest is history. Now he's been there for 20 years. The guy can't even walk, can't even change his own diaper. And they want to extend his term for a fifth term. Millions of Algerians went to the street and say enough is enough. At least if the minimum of having a dictator is he's still alive, he can think. And they refuse that. And so the military general, the general saw the writing on the wall, and they know this guy is going to bring us down. It's almost the same. Everybody talking, comparing what's happening in Algeria to what happened in Egypt, and how the military really kind of hijacked the revolution to get rid of old guards and reinstate to us a mass murder that is running the country now. And I think this is what's happening in Algeria. The difference is the Algerian people are enlightened. They learn what happened in Egypt. Even you can see sign in demonstrations, we're not Egypt anymore. And that the new general now that he forced Bouteflika to step down, the head of the army forces or military forces, Qaid Saleh, I think that's his name. And this guy was against the revolution from the beginning. And he was calling the people on the street thugs and traitors and breaking the law, and we're going to have an iron fist to fight and protect Bouteflika. Now he's coming up as a hero. It's almost like what Sisi did, and I think he's getting advice from Sisi intelligence. But however, the Algerian people are not leaving the streets, they're not living in the squares until al-Isaba, all the gangs, all the thugs, that have to be gone. I think this is all the demands for the people in the streets. That one was the thugs. All the thugs have to go, not just the head of it. And this is really an amazing development that people thought Arab Spring is dead, and Arab Spring was now winter and fall and all of this, and the Saudis and Emirates and the Egyptians are supporting the counter-revolutions and try to take us back to the era where one man with a military can control a country. This is not going to happen. And I think it's happened, the revolution, the people learn from Arab Spring, and the general learn too, and they have different tricks, different lies. And I think now it is between the old guard, the lies they come up with. They are running out of lies. You know, Arab dictators are running out of lies. War on terrorism, foreigners, Zionist help, and all are the one. They are helped by the Zionist regime. They are the one who is helped by the West. They are the one who has been financed by the Arab backward medieval regimes in Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates. But the people of Algeria and the Arab people learn we're not going to go through the Egyptian scenario one more. So people are on the street. They are staying until a different vision, somebody with a different vision for Algeria. People of Algeria survive this, and hopefully the people of Algeria learn what happened in Egypt, and make sure we don't have another Sisi, make sure we don't have another military thugs that they'll take the country back and roll for another 20 and 30 years. So long, we'll see you next week. Assalamu alaikum, and God bless you all.
لا لا ها هناك بوليسي